Social media, online retailers, just a few places that are really driving up the consumption of clothing.
Yeah, so maybe it's time to pump the brakes on fast fashion.
And this is Chick2Chick.
So we're talking about fast fashion. A lot of people might be like, what does that even mean? So little story here. This young lady that I know, she went out and she bought this outfit, this dress, and it was fashionable. Mm-hmm. It wasn't high quality, but it was low price. Mm-hmm. And she needed something done to it to alter it. And she goes, I really don't want to spend that much money on it. And I said, why? And she said, well, once I get my picture taken in this outfit and it shows up on social media, I'm never going to wear it again. And I'm like, this is what's going on. Yeah. People are buying clothes, wearing it once, having their photo taken, and then it's in the trash. That's like fast fashion.
Well, it's just such fast consumption, and people just forget that, you don't need to completely have a different look every time you take a picture, walk out on the street. It's just become too much. But thankfully, we have two women who have chirped with us before, Kristen Argento, Kristen Campbell, the KKs. They're with Threads of Hershey. Ladies, thank you so much for coming back and chirping with us again.
Thank you. We're so happy to be here.
We love
talking with you, ladies.
Great. We love it, love it, love it. Okay, ladies, first off, what is the definition of fast fashion? What type of clothing falls under that category?
So fast fashion is a business model where clothes are typically produced in large quantities. And they are the outfits that walk down the runway. They're mass produced, they're turned over quickly, and then they're fed out to the public. And
they're cheap.
And they're very, very cheap. And it's a hard way to try and keep up. And I think with Instagram and social media and Facebook ads targeting people, there's this race to try and keep up with these new clothing items that are coming down the runway and coming through the stream.
Yeah, it used to be you'd grab the magazine, to go to the grocery store and you'd bug your mom, can I go to get this magazine? You'd look through it to see, what cool trends are going on. And then you walked into the stores, the mall, whatever to shop. Okay, so now you just pull up your phone and you scroll and there's pop-ups, there's all these things. Is this aiding in the madness of us feeling like we have to fill our closets full of stuff?
Absolutely. The click and buy culture has become part of our daily life where we scroll, click buy. We're not thinking about where the product's coming from, what the product is made of, or quite frankly, how we're going to wear it more than one time. Our business model is based on finding that piece of clothing and wearing it 10 different ways. So this fast fashion is definitely an issue, I think, for all ages, not just for teenagers. Mm-hmm. We as adults do it as well.
I agree. So I actually have a master's in environmental science. So this is actually an issue that is very near and dear to my heart. Sustainability means different things to a lot of people. It can mean buying things that are just 100% organic cotton or natural fibers. For other people, it's recycled fibers. For others, yet it's upcycling and not buying thing that's made from anything new. So there's lots of different ways that you can view sustainability. And I think that's good. It opens the door because there's lots of different ways that we can participate in this movement.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned something very important. You said that word, the environment. Do you think people realize what impact this is having on the environment? Some statistics out there that people will wear something 7 to 10 times and then they throw it out. And all of this is winding up in our landfills, like 11 million tons of clothing waste in our landfills. Do you think people are making this connection and realizing the impact it's having on the environment?
I think they're just starting to. I think there's much more awareness now. I think the fashion companies are starting to realize that they can't sustain this way of working and that the consumers are actually unhappy with the waste, with the impact on water and energy. And so I do think that there is a movement and it's slow. I think sometimes it's hard until it impacts you directly. But I think that there is a lot of thoughtful people that are thinking about what they wear, how they wear it, and how they can do a better job buying things that help the planet.
Well, we had a tremendous spokeswoman for the state of Pennsylvania. That's our Miss Pennsylvania, Miranda Moore. I mean, her whole platform, she's an engineer, so she's a very bright woman, but she's in a pageant world where you're constantly wearing something new, different dresses, different interview outfits, different going out in public speaking outfits. She really talks a lot about sustainable fashion. What's fantastic is even for her gown that she wore in competing in Miss Pennsylvania, it was a dress that was already worn by someone else. So here I'm asking you two, because you do work with a lot of women, and I know you do go shop for a lot of women or encourage places for them to shop. What does it look like for someone to come to you and say, okay, I really want to be a smart consumer. I want to be able to shop responsibly, but I still want some cool things in my wardrobe.
Right.
What are we doing with women in that space? Women and men alike, I should say, and even teenagers. I think they need to learn this too.
Well, I think it starts in your closet first. You want to make sure that you're not a volume shopper, that you don't walk into your closet and just have mass amounts of clothing. When that happens, you can't even see what you have, and you don't know how to style your clothes. You're picking, you're just picking your clothes and you're not putting your outfits together. So I think you have to have that curated closet first. That would be the first step. And then second, you take those items that you've edited out and you consign them. You donate them, instead of putting them in the landfill. Let's find another person that can use that, because your trash is always someone else's treasure. I mean, the thrifting movement right now is so big.
I agree.
Teenagers and, women of all ages alike are thrifting and they're loving it. And I think that's huge. And then from there, you only shop off of a list of things that you need. So, walking in to any store and being inspired is a really great thing. Just make sure that it's something that you need. That's the first step for a lot of our clients. We're telling them, buy only what you need. And it helps kind of the sustainable cycle, because you're not over purchasing. You're not volume shopping.
Well, yeah, you want to be intentional about what you buy. Don't just go to the sales rack unless something you actually need is on that sales rack. You want to try not to buy things in duplicates. Like, you probably don't need that t-shirt in red, green, and blue. Think about how you're going to wear that t-shirt and just buy one. And I know people panic, right? Like they think, oh, if I really like this, I'm going to need it in a lot of colors. Well, take a step back and try and think through your outfits, and it will change the trajectory of your closet.
And you said another important word there. Buy what you need, not necessarily what you want. And that's huge, because so many people go shopping and I'm like, well, I want this. But do you really need it? And she knows me so well. When we go shopping, I will stress over something because I'm like, do I really need this?
It's a labor.
Do I really need it? I'm a minimalist. Yeah. And so I will stress over it. And I think something that we need to talk about too, and ladies, you shouldn't be ashamed to do this. I like to swap before I shop.
Yeah.
And she knows we share our clothes.
Sometimes.
We share our clothes. Yeah. If I have an event to go to, I'm going to wear this thing.
I hook her up.
She does. She hooks me up all the time. I'm going to wear it for 2 or 3 hours. Why do I need to go out and buy something when I know she already has it?
And no one's noticing. Nobody knows. You're wearing Flora's whatever. Okay, so to my point, this is my other thing, and this is where maybe we to throw on a psychologist hat. It's well and good to say, buy what you need. 2 things. Women sometimes don't know really what they need. And number 2 would be like, okay, I think women buy just for the sake of it. Are they bored? Do they feel different about themselves? So they've got to keep changing the character they're in? Like, talk to me about this, because you are in front of so many women to know how this breaks down.
Yeah. So this is a great question. And I think, this is why we do what we do. Instead of getting the emotional high from going out and purchasing new things, you want to get the emotional high from editing your closet and taking things away.
That's
and there's
me.
lots of books and articles about this. And this is
Mm-hmm.
what we teach our clients. So that's where you want to derive your joy and fill up your cup from taking things out and finding places for those things to go. And I promise you, once you get in the habit of it and you change your mindset, that can be the best medicine. And you won't be drawn to going out and purchasing things for that kind of filling up of your cup.
It's kind of like when you clean the house.
Oh, feels
Exactly.
good.
When you walk
Purging.
in and the house is like filthy and you clean the house and you get a high like, this house looks great now.
And then you yell at your family and say, if you breathe in this place,
I'm going to kill you.
Right.
Well, let me ask you this. I'll kind of put you on the spot with this. There's a woman who's listening to this, a man, maybe a teenager sucked into this podcast, and they're sitting here going, okay, sure, but I don't know how to do this. What if they really want to? What are the 3 things? Let's just break it down simple. What would you say are the 3 main things you tell someone that they need to think about either before they make that change or in their closet and then when they shop, so they can just like write this down in some sort of a mantra so they're doing a better job?
I would say edit, style, then shop.
Edit,
Exactly right.
style,
Edit your clothes.
then shop.
And
I like
Edit your
that.
clothes. Take time to style your outfits. See what you have. Put them on the floor. We do this, literally, she and I do this every day. We actually get in front of the mirror and send pictures to each other. If you would see our text chain, it's pictures of each of us in the mirror saying, does this work? Does this not work? Does this work? Take pictures of yourself in the outfits in front of the mirror or pictures on the floor of your outfits. And then when you see, I'm missing that really great black blazer that would finish 20 of these outfits, then you shop. But first you edit your closet, then you style your clothes.
And listen, Flora, it only takes 1 hour to do that. You just have to set aside 1 hour, and it doesn't have to necessarily be seasonal. It could be this Saturday. It could be over spring break. It can be whatever you want. And so there's always a good time to start this and give yourself an hour. If you have 2 hours, even better. Don't go more than 2 hours because it does get emotionally exhausting to say goodbye to things and to sort through your items. But I would say 2 hours max is what you need, and you can accomplish a lot and come away with that really great feeling like you've done something good for yourself and you've done something good for the environment.
Honestly, I do that every 6 months. I go through my closets every 6 months and I go, haven't worn it. It needs to go. And if I buy a coat's got to go. If I buy a pair of shoes, they got to go. We've been talking about a lot of stuff here, throwing a lot of information. What if people want resources and where can they turn to find out, what is sustainable? What can I do? How can you ladies help them? What resources are out there?
So you can always visit our website, but I think probably after this conversation, we can do definitely a better job on our website promoting some of the resources. There are some great websites that we've been to, Good on You, The Good Trade. They actually identify labels, companies that are producing clothes that are meeting some of this criteria. Either it's made with 100% organics, it's made locally, it's produced locally. There's a bunch of different criteria. There's not just necessarily one set, but you can find these brands that they support or don't support. So I would say that's also a good place to go. Start looking at the brands that you want to support and have in your closet. And that's a great way to move forward.
All right. Lastly, what were those 3 things again? Because it just fell out of my head, and I guarantee it fell out of someone else's head too. Edit is the first one.
Style. And shop.
There you go.
Edit, style, and shop.
The KKs, you guys are fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Ladies, it's okay. It's okay not to have 10 pairs of black pants.
Yeah.
It's okay not to do that. The young girls, it's okay to be photographed in the same outfit twice. I promise you, nobody's going to remember. And ladies, it's okay to swap with your BFF. We do it all the time. And nobody ever says to me, hey, I saw Carrie in that outfit.
Why are you wearing Carrie's outfit?
No one ever says that to me.
Exactly.
They just go, oh, you look great.
See, there you go. Lean on your girlfriends and look, just stop with all of the consumption. It's too much.
It's not good for the environment.
No, it's not. We hope we helped you today and that you enjoyed our podcast. Do us a favor, head over to our YouTube channel and like and subscribe until we're back to chirp about another topic.